Most of the Hebrew Bible, or Tanakh, was originally written in the ancient Israelite language of Hebrew. Unlike English, Hebrew is read from right to left. The alphabet contains 23 consonants and no vowels. The vowel markings were added much later in the development of the language to preserve it and to aid in pronunciation. So let's start from the beginning. The first letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Aleph. Aleph is a silent letter. This means that it makes no sound on its own. It is only pronounced when a vowel marker is attached to it. The next letter is Bet. Bet makes a B sound, as in Bible. However, when you see a Bet without this little dot in the middle of it, called a dagesh, without the dagesh, the Bet makes a V sound, as in verse. I like to think of the phrase Bible verse. Bible verse. Then there's Gimel. Gimel makes a G sound, as in God. Then Dalet. Dalet makes a D sound, as in door. Then there's Hey. Hey makes an H sound, as in hate. Next is Vav. Vav makes a V sound, as in verse, though historically this letter was also called Wav, and it made a W-like sound. For our purposes here, we're going to make the V sound and call it a Vav. The next letter is Zayin. Zayin makes a Z sound, as in the word zigzag. Then there's Chet. Chet makes a rough H sound, kind of like the sound that you make when you clear your throat when you're sick. Like ch. Chet. Then there's Tet. Tet makes a T sound, as in the word tablet. Then there's Yod. Yod makes a Y sound, Y, as in the word yellow. The next letter is Caph. Caph makes a hard C sound, as in cat. However, when the dagesh is removed from the letter, it makes a softer CH sound instead, kind of like the word Loch Ness in the phrase Loch Ness Monster. So with a dagesh, Caph is k, but without it, it's ch. Also, certain letters change their appearance when they are the last letter in any given word. Caph is one of those letters. Whenever you see a word that ends in a caph, you'll notice how it has an elongated stem. This is referred to as a letter's final form. The next letter is Lamed. Lamed makes an L sound, as in lamb. Next is Mem. Mem makes an M sound, as in man. Mem is also one of the letters which takes a final form when it is the last letter in a word. Mem's final form looks something like this. Mem. Nun is the N sound in Hebrew, as in the word noon. And when the nun is the last letter in any given word, it takes a final form that looks like this. Next is Samik. Samik makes an S sound, as in snake. And then there's Ayin. Ayin is a silent letter. Just like Aleph, it makes no sound on its own. At least no sound in English pronunciation. Ayin makes a sound only when there are vowel markers attached to it. The next letter is Pei. Pei makes a P sound, as in the word page. However, when you see a Pei with no dagesh, then it makes a softer PH sound, as in the word phase. So with a dogish, it's a p, but without the dogish, it's a f, f. Pay also takes a final form when it is the last letter in a word, which looks something like this. The next letter is tsade. Tsade makes a ts sound, like ts, ts. Think of the word nets, nets. Tsade also takes a final form as well. Whenever you see it at the end of a word, it looks something like this. Then there's kof. Kof makes a Q-like sound, as in the word conquer. Then there's resh. Resh makes the R sound in Hebrew, as in the word run. Then there's the letter sin. Sin makes an S sound, just like the letter Samic. It makes an S sound as well. Following sin is the letter shin. Shin looks very similar to sin, but notice that the dot above the letter is on the right side instead of the left. Shin makes an SH sound, as in the word ship. And finally, we come to Tav. Tav is the last letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it makes a T sound, as in tablet, just like the letter Tet does. Tav. Now, here are some things to keep in mind. Some letters make the exact same sound. For example, Tet and Tav both make the T sound, and Samic and Sin make the S sound. Or Aleph and Ayin, they don't make any sound at all. There are also 5 letters which can take a final form. Those are Caph, Mem, Nun, Tzadeh, and Pei. I recommend writing out each letter over and over again, and also practice saying them out loud until you've got it all memorized. From Aleph to Tav, this has been the Hebrew alphabet.